All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Madden 2026 Week 2, Green Bay at the Washington Commanders. As you come in, hit that like button, share, and make sure you guys have the notification button smashed in.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We're at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Tonight, we're on to week 2 of the NFL season. We got a good one on tap, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Green Bay Packers. On the visitor sideline, Washington head coach Dan Quinn. His guys got the season started on a high note, a home victory in the opener. His counterpart on the Packers sideline, Matt LaFleur. His guys also winners in week 1, so a couple of 1-0 teams ready to get after it here. After a great first week of football, what does week 2 have in store? The Commanders and the Packers underway on Thursday night primetime. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test this.
And right away, he lost the football. And the Pack. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. They give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0.
Commanders, nothing. Brandon McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Now, they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well.
Here we go.
Play action, now it's Daniels. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You're talking about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
McManus to tack on the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
What's up, Prince? Welcome in.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one's mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Now Daniels. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
What's up, Dean? How are you?
With this early deficit, what will that do to their play calling? Do they feel like they have to be more aggressive? Because they're throwing to start the drive here, but it winds up incomplete.
Throwing now is Daniels. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line. Make it 2 weeks in a row now. He's kind of been Johnny on the spot. A fumble recovered last week, and now 2 in a row.
Reminds me a little bit of an old teammate of mine. We used to call him the Vulture because he would swoop in and clean up after the play was made. But, boy, we said it with a lot of affection because he made a lot of game-changing plays by getting to the football that had been knocked loose.
What was your nickname, by the way?
Can you go get me some water, guy, please? The rest of us are playing.
Yeah, right. Too humble. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Ready.
They got the fumble recovery. Now here's Love to pass. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
McManus's point after is good. And it's now 21-0. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it.
McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Come on. Hey.
To throw is Daniels. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points offense 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Let's take it at around the 40. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Black, 95. Set.
This to Jacobs on the toss right. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Of course, remember last week, week number 1, quite the opener for him. NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he does not want to be a flash in the pan. He wants to have that type of a game each and every week. Let's see if he can get a second award in week 2 of the season.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
Now a toss to the left for Jacobs. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs with career touchdown number 75. And the Packers are able to widen their advantage. Well, this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Now McManus for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Washington offense set to take over. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Looking to put a drive together. In motion right, Debo. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
Second and 8 at the 28-yard line.
Here's Daniels. This to McLaurin out on the left side. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Daniels looking to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. This is taken at the 15. A good return there, 17 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go, set.
Love looking to throw it. Looking deep here for Dobbs. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
52 blue. Ready?
To throw now. Here's Love. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was 3rd down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to first down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a first down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 34.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Set, hut. Yellow, hut.
Running the toss here to Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. This 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Josh Jacobs doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Packers open the lead up to 34-0. Boy, CD, what a start for them. Still in the first quarter, they're absolutely blitzing them. All the points that they put up, I'm not sure what you say on the other sideline right now.
I think it's as simple as this, partner. The way that they're playing, there's no limits on what this league could become.
McManus now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
So plenty of fireworks here early, 35-0 now as the kick is away. Well, now how about this return? And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Commanders' offense returning to the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Let's go now. Crack all 80.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Here we ready.
To pass, here's Jordan Love toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Come on. Hey, hey.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. Still moving. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs. What is going on here? 4 first-quarter touchdowns. Unbelievable. And the Packers have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Well, this has all the makings of a landmark day running the football. He scored 3 times now. We haven't hit the quarter break.
You think back to Alvin Kamara, Christmas Day 2020, 6 touchdowns, which tied Ernie Nevers, the Hall of Famer. He's halfway there already. Some fancy footwork in the early going.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score.
Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Washington offense heading out. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go. Start. No.
The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. A look at the numbers last week for Edwards. 14 carries, 67 yards.
Well, obviously, he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
You look at this Packers defense, currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
And that's a ranking that feels good, right? To be number 1 and be the top of your profession. But here's the problem. It's only week 1.
1 week, yeah.
Can they do it 15 more times? If so, then we really got something to talk about.
That's the challenge. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Washington. Deebo Samuel, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Commanders are able to at least get 1 score back. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Down. Ready?
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. Up past the 30, second down coming up. Now this defense for the Commanders, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Josh Jacobs, he has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Packers extend their lead yet again.
I know it should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Now McManus for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And a long run into the end zone, and what a run it was.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up and there's nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. Well, Charles, things just seem to be getting worse and worse for one sideline. And flip it over after that fumble return for a touchdown. Better and better on the opposite end. What an impressive first-half performance.
And, partner, I know the saying in the NFL goes that no lead is safe, but I will say that this one seems pretty secure. And if we continue to see plays like that, I'm going to switch back and say this lead is safe.
Extra point from McManus is good. And a rout is on here in this first half. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football, as they've got it as we resume action.
To kick off for Green Bay.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Well, look at Washington as they come onto the field.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
50, green.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Set, ready.
A gain of 12.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Over the middle here to Brown. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and
Okay,
4
ready?
at the 37-yard line.
Come on, set.
Mariota to throw it. Incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Again, it's Mariota. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Tressway on fourth down is sent out to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Packers offense and running back Josh Jacobs set to take over once more. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun. Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
On third down, here comes Jacobs. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 20.
Thanks for stopping by.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on fourth down and 9.
Down, ready.
They go with Jacobs. And they can't bring him down. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
45, wide.
Here's Jacobs on first and 10. Fights him off. Whoa, still won't go down. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 230 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Let's go now. Hut.
Once again, it's Jacobs. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Here we go. Here we go.
Love from the gun. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. The last series for a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Throwing, Mariota. Throw caught there by Osborne. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. Fielded just inside the 20. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Here's Love. Looking deep here for Dobbs. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Romeo Dobbs, 56 yards. And the Packers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Here comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for him.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice for such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
McManus now for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and bottom line is protect the football, just put together something that they can love the rest.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now Mariota. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. As they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
And the Commanders' first down.
It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. But thankfully, this is corralled by the offense, so they will, in fact, hold on to the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Mariota now. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
This is taken at about the 14. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Packer offense heading back for one final first half drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
Here we go. Ready?
Love now. Completed after off to Dobbs. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Now a 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Hut.
Working out of the gun. Love. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen here, and you never know what you're going to get in the NFL. Sometimes it goes down to the wire. Other times, it's blowout city, like what this game is shaping up to be. But hey, anything can happen, so let's go to the second half. Send it back out to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scotty, thank you as always. Well, likely 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Packer offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. Loving the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32.
Set. Ready.
Now Love shakes off the sack. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
But that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Love. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed, because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number 1, it's easy for him to get lost. And number 2, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
Down. Set. Hut.
Jacobs is in. Touchdown, Packers.
What a luxury it is to be able to call a bowling ball like Josh Jacobs down near the goal line.
5'10", 220 pounds, and he's not afraid to get in there and get the tough yards. He finishes off this drive with a touchdown run.
Now McManus for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Packers 87.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs.
McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he returns this to the 22. First possession of the second half now for Washington. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go.
Throwing is Mariota. Hitting Samuel on the slant. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll make it second down.
7-yard pickup. Brings up second and 3 at the 29-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches. That'll put him close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a first down.
Washington, first down. A gain of 30 yards. And the Washington first down.
Off the option, here's Edwards. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here we go. Here we go. 52 blue.
Now Mariota. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line.
Brandon, that's the third time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them. But the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate one fumble, twos, oh my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
Ready, ready, ready.
A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, second and 10 coming up.
Commanders 10-yard line.
10 black. Hut, hut.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. And a second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Packers take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
McManus now for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Washington offense back out there. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Let's go.
And McLaurin, the motion man right. Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Down. Go.
Shoves him away. Now loose football. The ball comes out, and the Packers pick it up. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. He has had a whale of a game. In the third quarter, you're already over 200 yards. I don't know what more he can do at this point.
Not a whole lot, and what he has found is that zone that we always talk about, where every carry feels great. Every carry potentially is a sprint to the end zone, and all he wants to do is ride it as long as this game goes on.
Yeah, now he's just thinking 300 yards maybe. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
A gain of 16 yards. And the Packers first down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead third quarter.
45. Ready.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs, 26 yards. And the Packers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Boy, missed tackles continuing to plague this defense, and they surrender another big play and a touchdown here.
Yeah, by my count, at least two guys had shots at him, maybe even more than that. But this defense, they looked out of sorts all game long. That was definitely not one of their better efforts right there.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Packers take over
And the Washington offense going back to work. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard. Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Yeah, absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. That's pulled in at the 32. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen. They see the blocks happen. They feel really good about their vision, and then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up. Touchdown, Packers! Jaden Reed, 62 yards. And the Packers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. Now McManus for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Washington offense set to take over again. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's Edwards again on second down. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Here's Mariota. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And taken right on the 30. Fighting through, and he's got space. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game.
Let's go. Set.
Going on the ground with Jacobs. Fighting his way through contact. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Ready.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
It's a gain of
that one 28 yards on the ground.
Another Packers 1st down. 1st and goal at the
3-yard
line.
Ready.
Here's Jacobs. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Packers are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
McManus now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Washington ready to try again on offense. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They'll run the toss here. Edwards. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 4. To throw Mariota. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Here's Tressway now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Fielded at about the 28. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. The Packers offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out onto the field. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
Set, ready. Black, 95. Cut.
Throwing. Love. And that is incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
The Packers unable to pick up the first. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
60 red. 60 red.
From the gun, Mariota. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Throwing on second and long. Mariota. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It's now third down
Let's go
and
now.
long.
Mariota. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
From Commanders territory now, it's first and 10 at the 47.
Here we go. Set. Ready. Ready.
Love looking to throw it. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
It's now second and 19 at the 44-yard line.
Down. Set.
Throwing on second and long. Love. It's complete downfield out left to his running back. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Packers touchdown.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Intercepted. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
The Packers ready to take over offensively. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
Ready. Come on, set. Yes, ready.
Now a carry for Jacobs. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And his stellar campaign continues. That now his 20th rushing touchdown of the year, a number that very few running backs have ever reached in a single NFL season. Now McManus for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here we go on the next drive for Washington. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Samuel in motion. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here it comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice for such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
McManus now for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he returns this to the 22. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily to look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Check right.
Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Yellow, line.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And he fields it cleanly. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Let's go now.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. There he goes, left side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
McManus's point after is good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And it takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Washington offense set to take over. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when we get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. To throw is Mariota. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. That impressive performance just became a little bit more impressive here as they add yet another score to the ledger late in the fourth quarter.
And not much has stopped them at any point in this game, partner. This is just an old-fashioned blowout right here. They probably could put the brakes on themselves, but they elected not to and played this one all the way out.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Commanders' offense set to take over. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Mariota. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Here now, 3rd and a yard. They're going to look to throw. Here comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Now McManus for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Commanders preparing for their next possession. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Let's go.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
McManus now for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Back to throw. Hartman. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 47-yard line.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Packers, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Cleveland Browns.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
All right, so Green Bay put away the Washington Commanders. Next week is the Chicago. No, not Chicago. Is it Chicago Browns? Might be right. No, Cleveland Browns. Why was Chicago? So week 3 is going to be Cleveland Browns for Green Bay. So y'all stay tuned for that one.